Hey everybody, Anthony from Trader's Ultimate Edge here. It is March 15th and tomorrow is the Fed meeting, the FOMC. At about 2 o'clock Eastern, they're going to release a statement, and at 2:30 Eastern, that's when Powell's going to come out and talk. Okay. The statement usually has some immediate news associated with it. It's usually, you got some algorithms kicking in right away, kind of scanning through the statement and betting which direction the market's going to go based off of that. I will tell you that usually the first move is the wrong one. So keep that in mind if you're watching that. I usually won't trade until the actual press conference because based on what Powell can say, that can dramatically affect the nature of the market. And usually the market's going to move based off of what he has to say, and normally the market will move for the rest of the day in one direction. Typically that's what happens. Okay? Whether bullish or bearish, that's usually what happens. So what we need to look for tomorrow is a few things. We're going to have to listen for in the press conference and in the statement. Now, number one, it's already been priced in for up to 7 rate hikes this year. That's a 0.25 basis hike every meeting. There's 7 more meetings. It's priced in for each one to have 0.25 increased. That is priced into the market. Don't let anybody tell you different. You can go look at the Fed funds rate futures. They're with the CME group, and you can clearly see it's priced in. Okay. What is not priced in would be more than a 2%, more than 2% at the end of the year. That's not priced in. So if we hear something like, yeah, we're aiming for 2.5 by the end of the year, that could be definitely a more hawkish statement. That could drive the markets down. Something else that the markets are really going to be listening for is more clarity around the balance sheet runoff situation. With the balance sheet runoff, what we are looking for is like a time frame or how aggressive they're going to get. Are they actually going to sell treasuries off of it? Or are they just going to let the treasuries mature and then fall off naturally? If it's the second one, then that's pretty good. The market will handle that, I think. I think that's built into the market right now. And we got to listen to his tone around how they're going to do it. Powell has really walked the line of, well, let's wait and see and do it in a fashion that is controlled, right? That's generally how Powell has talked. And if he holds that line tomorrow, if he says something along those lines, it's like, well, we're going to run it off. We're not entirely sure when. It's going to be data driven. We're going to let the data on the economy tell us when to do it. And, we'll be telling everybody in advance, that kind of thing. I believe all of that is priced into the market. I think that's all priced in. And some clarity around it. The clarity is not, though. If we get clarity around that, then the markets should move up. Okay? So that's one thing we're listening for, and the confirmation on the interest rates will be another thing that we're listening for. If he says anything outside of, well, he really won't talk about too much else, but if he says anything outside of those parameters, anything else about inflation, for example, if he comes in and says, well, inflation's looking pretty bad, we're gonna have to use some drastic measures, something like that. Like he gets real hawkish about inflation, that can drive the markets down. Whereas if he just sticks with the line they've had the whole time, it's like, well, we expect it to abate in the second half of the year, and next year we will hope to find more of our target rate, and long-term inflation will hit our target rate of 0.2%. Then if he just sticks with that line, I think it's fine. If he sticks with everything that's priced into the market already, we'll get some clarification, and I think the markets can move up. Now that's withstanding any news from Ukraine and Russia. I'm watching the markets back here. if any sort of news came through, it would be popping up the markets right now. We're sitting here waiting for the peace talks. So by tomorrow, hopefully there will have been more news on that, and you'll know what's going on. But nonetheless, those are the things that we're listening for at FOMC. That's what we're going to need to be looking in the statement for, and that's what we need to listen to Powell's press conference for. Look, I know it's boring. Listen to the press conference, okay? It's very important that you listen to it. He's going to say certain things that are going to be very dovish or very hawkish, and it will move the market, and that's what's going to happen the rest of the day. Once it picks a position, it usually moves the rest of the day. Plenty of time to get a trade in on it, okay? I'll be trading it live in the room for my clients, and, hopefully I'll see you there. Take care.